This is the MMA Takes Podcast. With your host, Brian Petrie.
All right. What's up? Full disclosure. I'm transparent with the audience, baby. I recorded up to the 8th fight and did not realize I was not recording video, right? I had this whole production thing laid out. I was talking about it on the podcast when I was recording. I only had audio. I wasn't recording because you got to hit the record button, Brian. Always be recording. I went 8 fights in, was killing it. This is take two. I'm trying to be energetic. I'm trying to let it flow again. Trying to be organic. But I'm telling you guys, this is the fucking perils of a guy with a mush brain, is you don't hit record. But anyway, welcome to the podcast. If you are listening, of course, listen, great audio. MMA Takes Podcast on YouTube is the video side, right? Always go to iTunes, always rate and review. We need it. Subscribe on the YouTube. I'm trying to do production things here, which is going to lead to my very small personal story, whatever. I have a million of them. A lot of shit has came up this week. A lot of shit I want to talk about. I'm going to probably save it for the recap show. All personal stuff. Some just damning stuff. Some stuff that's kind of bothered me. But whatever. Today, my girls are leaving me this weekend. They're going to the mother-in-laws. My wife is taking the kids to Atlanta. Wife starting her own business with her mother-in-law. She had quit her hair business. She has a business already, Winnie James Co. Go to Etsy, check it out. 10,000 followers, killing it. And her and her mom are starting kind of an interior design thing. That's why I had the hair. That's why I dyed the hair for Connor. She was getting rid of all of her hair stuff. And I've wanted blonde hair forever. And I was like, well, don't throw it away. Just make me look fucking pretty. And that's why we got this gorgeous mop here. But anyway, so I was laying down napping with my beautiful baby. My wife was out getting some stuff done, errands, whatnot with the other one. Laying down with my 8-month-old. We both fell asleep. She's adorable. I don't want her to go. Listen, I'm not a guy that's like, yeah, kids, party on the weekend. I get to do whatever. No, I'm going to be fucking sad. I'm a pussy. I love my kid. I'm going to be crying. Not really crying, but I'm going to be bummed out. I mean, luckily there's fights on. We'll go over the fights. We'll talk about the fights. So I wake up, right, out of the blue, get on YouTube on my phone. Baby's still sleeping. First thing that pops up, right? And you guys know I'm addicted to gear. You know I like the gear. You know I'm trying to bring the best quality to you guys. If you want to be taken seriously, you got to look serious. That's my thing. And I might be a little addicted to buying new shit. Whatever. Elgato, company that I like, using the light right here. They've been around forever. They're like, to me, they're like the OGs of streaming. They've been in this so long. They're like the OGs of streaming. Well, I looked on Tuesday. True story. Tuesday, I was like, you know what? I'm not happy with my webcam. I bought a webcam from Dell like 2 weeks ago. It was complete garbage. Had to return it. Horrible customer service. Haven't got my refund yet. Dell. Dell. Yeah. So I go and I look, and what do you know? Elgato released a webcam today. They had like an event like Apple does. They had like a new product event. And I woke up and it had been launched for a minute. I go on the website. I'm fighting through traffic. Website's barely loading. How do you watch the video yet? Buy the camera, sight unseen, and I buy a new mic arm because I don't really love this one as well. Low profile. Not a lot of people have low profile. I don't want my face blocked. People pay to see this. People pay to see this guy, okay? And I bought a sight unseen. Right. And then literally within, I guess maybe it was like 10 minutes because it took forever to load. I bought it sight unseen. It was like $300 right up. And I'm like, man, I didn't even watch the video. I didn't even do anything. I literally bought sight unseen. But I am unhappy with my camera right here. And it can't be any worse. And what are you going to do? I might have a little bit of a problem though. So I might need to get that looked at. Might be good. You know what do you do with any problem, right? You stuff it deep down inside, never bring it up again. That's what you do. You got a problem, you got something wrong with you, stuff it deep down inside, never bring it up again. All right, let's get to the motherfucking picks. Already a production issue if you're watching on the YouTube. Got to get rid of that. So I got this new program. I love it, but I'm struggling with it a little bit. I'm trying to get used to it, so bear with me if there's any hiccups. Hopefully there's no hiccups on the audio side. But yeah, we're gonna do our best here. I'm trying to bring some authenticity to the product, and that's what people say. They say the product. That's not what we're clicking. I'm already fucking. There we go. Your boys got it. Yeah, let's get through the weeds and we'll get it here. First fight of the night, Rodrigo Nascimento 8-1, minus 350 favorite. He is fighting Alain Baudot. Alain Baudot is a Frenchman. He's 8-2. He's plus 270. The guy absolutely stinks. Christian likes when I say that, but it's true. There's not many guys. Listen, he shouldn't be in the UFC, right? He's in the UFC because of how much he weighs. That's it. Nascimento, I keep saying Nascimento. Nascimento's a guy, big dude, good on top. You know, good submissions. He's 8-1 in the in his career. What is he in the UFC? I know he's coming off do it, Brian. Before Tapology pops up, dude, he's coming off a loss. Yeah, Chris Dawkins knocked him out, right? Round 1. Caught him real early. Has a win over Dante Mez by choke, and he has a choke on the Contender Series. I don't know if that was a Brazilian Contender Series or not. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on this fight. It's going to be Nascimento for the victory, and just a little cherry on top.
Send him home. Send him home early.
Send him home early, baby. Listen, no one wants to watch this fight, okay? You got to send him home early. You got to make the people happy. Get this fucking out of there. That's the only way I think I'll bet this fight is by finish, probably by submission. Whatever that number is, I don't have the props ahead of me. We will do a prop show if you want. I can do it. I haven't done one in a while. I can do it. We'll pop on. But I just think Baudot stinks. That's what it is. I think Nascimento is a big dude. He's got good submissions. He's going to get on top of Baudot, and that's going to be curtains. I mean, this guy doesn't belong in the UFC. He's in the UFC because how much he weighs. I've already said that. Let's go to fight 2. Francisco Figueiredo, 12-3-1. He's a minus 320 favorite. He's fighting Malcolm Gordon, 12-5, plus 250. Here's my problem. I'm American, right? Red, white, and blue. I've said it a million times. Canadian fans, I think, are the best fans in MMA. Half of MMA Twitter, half of MMA is Canadians. Like a lot of cappers are Canadians. They love the sport. So the best fans, right? They need a really good fighter, right? Gavin Tucker, I thought was it. He got clipped. Hakeem Dawodu, he's right on the cusp. I do think he's a good fighter, but Malcolm Gordon came in, and I saw a lot of Canadian guys that I follow really high on him. They've seen him fight in the regional scene. They said, this kid's pretty good. So I took him, his first fight in the UFC, and it's been a downhill. He's looked like complete garbage. His chin's crap. He got tapped out by Amir Ablaziz, if I'm saying that right, by a fucking triangle choke. Just fell right into it. Just gave it to him. I can understand the line here. Francisco Figueiredo, the brother, Devison, former champion, really underwhelming his debut as well, right? He fought Jerome Rivera where, he just took Jerome Rivera down. He looked out of sorts on the feet. He just kept taking him down. I think that's his path here. He could maybe catch Gordon because Gordon's chin's so goddamn dog shit. I don't see that happening. I see it just being a decision win. I see it being kind of not a super great fight, kind of boring. Again, the numbers are so fucking high. I really don't know how you expect me to touch that at minus 320. I'm not going to touch it. And I'm not interested in taking the dog either. This is going to be a pass for me, boys. That's going to be just a straight pass. All right, Anderson Dos Santos. We're flying through, bed. Let's go. 21-8, plus 145 underdog. He's fighting Miles Johns, 11-1, minus 165. I love this line. I like the fight, right? Miles Johns, one minor setback in the UFC against Mario Batista. And I have a little bone to pick with Miles Johns because I think Miles Johns is a very good fighter. I think he has a lot of tools to be great. And when Batista knocked him out like that, I said, oh, this Mario Batista guy, he's the real fucking deal. So I put a lot of money on him on his follow-up fight. He lost. So I know I should probably take it up with Batista, but I'm taking it with Miles Johns because you made me think this guy's fucking good, dude. And you got knocked out by him. But Miles Johns has since rebounded, has looked good. Won by knockout his last fight. He's fighting Anderson Santos. This guy's his 30th fight. This guy's just been around. He's tough. He's been in there with everyone. He's a wild man. His cardio is the biggest issue in my opinion. His takedown defense isn't great either. He lost to Nat Armini forever ago. He just kept getting taken down. His grappling isn't the best in the world. And guess what? Miles Johns' grappling is pretty motherfucking good. I think if Miles Johns needs to be a little careful in the beginning, right? Because Dos Santos comes out a little hot, has some good kicks, has some good striking, is a little wild in there, it's kind of funky. If Miles Johns just, really just kind of high and tight a little bit, maybe really put the pressure on him with wrestling, wear him out in that first round, take over the second round, Miles Johns. And I love the number too, minus 165. Miles Johns should be the favorite. He is the favorite, and I like that number. That's a low number for me. That's a number I'm going to play. I'll maybe string some two fights together or whatever. We still need a word for that. I know it's a parlay, but I want to create a better word for that. I'm coming up with it. I'm in the I'm in the studio cooking it up right now, trying to figure out what the fuck it's going to be. But I like Miles Johnson a lot in this fight. This is a good fight for him. And I'm big on Miles Johnson in this fight. Almost was my mortal lock, but I like someone else. All right, Khalid Taha, 13-3, minus 150 versus Sergey Morozov, 16-4, plus 130. Sergey is kind of it's split between two fighters, him and Billy Q of the underdog darlings. A lot of people like this card because they think the lines are misaligned, right? They think Vegas fucked up is what they're saying, right? Sergey being plus 130. His only loss in the UFC, I think his only fight in the UFC is Umar Nurmagomedov. Lost by rear naked choke, but he's coming from N1. N1's a fucking solid program. He's fought a lot of UFC vets, Mozart Evilov, Josh Rittenhouse, who's on the Ultimate Fighter right now. He has a win and a loss with him. Khalid Taha, I like this kid. I saw this kid fight live. I think he's well-rounded. My biggest issue with him is he just doesn't fight often enough. Not a lot of activity there. I just need him active. He's coming off loss over Honey Barcelos at 135. No big deal. Honey Barcelos, great fighter. Big knockout win over Boston Salmon. Has a win over Bruno Silva as well that got overturned. The one loss that everyone's jumping to and has a really problem with is the Nan Armini loss. Nan Armini's a great wrestler, and that was his UFC debut, Taha, that is. And he just got taken down, and he couldn't stop the takedown. So a lot of people think Sergey, with this, I know he's from Uzbekistan or some shit, Kazakhstan, some stan. Sorry to offend you, I don't know. He's going to fucking probably try to come in and do that, Eastern European wrestle fuck crotch sniffing style. I can see that. I understand why people are going that way. But again, going on my instincts here, and I think Taha is just a better fighter. I think he has big power. I think his submission game is pretty good. If he can clean up his takedown defense, right? Because Sergey, well, he'll strike with you. He likes to mix things up, but he'll strike with you a little bit. If Taha can clean up his takedown defense, and if he does get taken down, pop right back the fuck up. I think he could really dictate this fight and win this fight. I like this fight. I like the number. I don't like it as much as the Miles Johns fight, confidence-wise, but I do like Khalid Taha here. I think this fight is very, very close. I think it's a very good fight. I can understand why other cappers like the plus money on Sergey. Usually that's what I would do, but I do think Khalid is a good fighter. It's someone that I've seen live, and I think is very tough. Next up, D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez, NorCal, Cali, in the hell? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not from Cali. 14-2, minus 310 favorite. He is fighting Preston Parsons. Preston Parsons. 9-2, plus 245. Short notice fight. D-Rod was supposed to fight. I just had it the other day. Akbar Nurmagomedov. So that's actually kind of good. That's, for Daniel Rodriguez here, because my big hold up on this fight, this was going to be my mortal lock. This was going to be my send him home. This was going to be my fucking take it to the fucking counter, cash it, because I do like Daniel Rodriguez. I think he's very good. He impressed me with the Tim Means performance. He's just debut. Dropped the ball with Dolby, came back and fought smart against Mike Perry. Then you had to Preston Parsons, who's 9-2, but this guy's not a lot of footage on him. His stand-up's okay. He's a little wild, but he wants to get the fight to the ground. He wants to submit you. We haven't seen Daniel Rodriguez in that position yet. But fighting under Nurmagomedov, you think the boy's training some takedown defense. You think he's training some get-up game. And that's what I like to see. He's down in Syndicate or Extreme Couture. He's in Vegas, training with my bro Chris Curtis. I think that's good. He left Cali, went to Vegas, getting some new looks after two kind of stale performances. He lost a close fight to Dolby, and then Perry, I thought he had some opportunities to put him away, and Perry's tough as shit, but he had some opportunities to look a lot better than he did. I think changing camps, getting those training partners in Vegas. There's so many fucking good fighters in Vegas right now. That's a smart move. Preston Parsons gave me pause. There's a lot of P's. But I'm going to go Daniel Rodriguez. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's a better guy in the feet. However, I'm not confident at minus 310. I'm just not. Parsons, with those submissions on his record, he can jump for a leg. He can jump for a neck. Those fucking things can happen quick. Rodriguez could be bouncing this dude's fucking head off the mat, and he could catch something. You know what I mean? So I know that's everything in MMA, and it's not like Parsons is this world champion grappler. He just has a lot of submissions in MMA. That's his path to victory here. I think Daniel Rodriguez knows that. I think he's going to play it smart. I think he's going to stay from the outside. He's a longer guy at 170. Pick him apart. Maybe wear him down. Parsons taking his fight on short notice. UFC debut. A lot of factors working for D-Rod here. I just don't like the number. Number's a little high for me. But there's ways around it. All right, next up, Mena Lemos, 9-1-1. She's minus 550 versus, I can't pronounce this girl's name, Montserrat Ruiz, 10-1, plus 400. Can't pronounce the name, but goddamn, she impressed me. Not just because, you know, I like tattoos and she got the neck tattoo and she kind of looks so pretty. I'm married, though. I'm a married man, okay? Relax. However, Sharon Bates, a girl came from the Contender Series who's fucking, I thought was good and is well-rounded and trains at a really good camp and has a husband that is a solid fighter himself and has a really good fighters around her. Just got head and armed. It was a fucking old school headlock that Ruiz did, and she does this in all her fights. She just gets him down and fucking noogies him, and you can't get out of it. Lemos is a fucking killer, though. She has one loss in the UFC. Leslie Smith got her standing TKO. She's won 3 in a row. 2 of the 3 by finished by Lemos. I really looked at this fight, and I mean, listen. I mean, we're just not gonna bury the lead here. You're crazy if you don't take a shot at Ruiz. At plus 400, 4-1 with that fucking old school bully mentality with the headlock and a fucking pin in the arm. Lemos is a great fighter. Good stand-up, dangerous, black belt probably. I don't know. She's Brazilian. I don't know if that's stereotyping. But Ruiz has got that one thing. That one motherfucking thing. If you're going to give me 4-1 with a specialist, and maybe this is my old school coming out, maybe this is my Art Jimison one glove or my Royce Gracie gi coming out, the experts in their fields, and this is where MMA was founded on and who has the best style and blah, 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 blah. Maybe that's really coming out in this pick, but 4-1, a juicy 4-1 against a girl who's not great stand up. Her jiu-jitsu's not great. I mean, it's okay, but she's got this one fucking move that a lot of females could not stop. And Lemos, I have to imagine she's training all camp not to get put in this move. Or she's going, I ain't gonna get caught in that. I'm a high-level fighter. That's kindergarten shit. I ain't getting caught in that. If she comes with that mentality, baby, we're cashing 4-1. But I can't pass up 4-1 on a female fight. What? I mean, I'm betting this. I'm hammering it. I'm not going to go full units. I'm not going to go crazy because I do think Lemos is the better fighter. But Ruiz has got that thing, man. And listen, if she wins with that head and arm, I mean, I'm never betting against her again. If she somehow gets Lemos in that position and Lemos can't get out just like Bays did, I am never betting against her again. And that's real. And that is motherfucking real. Next up, Billy Quarantino. Billy Q, 15-3, plus 140 versus Gabriel Benitez, 22-8, minus 160. This is the other fight next to the Sergey Morozov fight where everyone that I respect and like a lot, and even the people I don't like, but I respect their picks, they all love Billy Q. When I saw this on Sunday night, Billy was a plus 170. He's now plus 140. I'm sure the number's dwindling now. I got these lines yesterday from DraftKings. But Billy's the darling. He is. And my thinking is, my hipster way of picking fights, I go, you know what? If everyone's on him, I'm off him. I want to be in the right side of history. If everyone loves him, I'm off him, right? But this is one of those cases where when I saw it and I broke down this fight, I went, you know what? I like this number. I'm on the side. I think Billy Q is a fucking stud. And not only that, boys, but we got some dogs in the building.
Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
We need more dogs. And Billy Q is a motherfucking dog. He fights like a dog, too. This dude gets in there. He's not the best striker in the world. He's not the best grappler in the world, but he's in your face. He's pushing you to the max. His cardio's through the roof. And he's tough. He's durable. He's in there. He's not going to get finished. He's going to be in there. He's going to be in your face. And you got to beat him by a decision. You know, he lost his last fight to Gavin Tucker. I think Gavin Tucker's a very good fighter. I know he got slapped by Dan Ige in like 4 seconds, but Gavin Tucker's a very solid fighter. Benitez has kind of been this weird like darling because ever since the Russians came to AKA, his takedown offense has become really good. And his striking has always been good. Javi Mendez has said, this guy kicks harder than anybody I've ever kicked. Anybody I've had powers for, this guy kicks harder. So obviously Benitez's way to win this fight is to keep him standing and throw his kicks and keep his range. Billy knows that. Billy's a pressure fighter. Billy's going to get in his face and really take over. I'm a little concerned that Billy might hunt for the takedowns a little too much because I think Benitez has been training with Islam. He's been training with Khabib. He's been training with Akbar. He's been training these fucking studs, right? I don't know how easy those takedowns are going to come. But a lot of people are high on Benitez because he's coming off a win over Justin James. Okay, he knocked him out with a body kick. Okay. Guy's not in UFC anymore. Well, not officially, but he, probably not. Billy Q is a little bit better, a lot better than Justin James. I think Billy Q is going to put a pressure on him. And again, this is just a plus number. You're giving me plus numbers, baby. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the plus numbers. And Billy Q there, underdog lock. Let's motherfucking go. Next up. So this is right where I stopped recording last time. Billy Q was the last fight I broke down. So this is all fresh. That was kind of rehearsed. That was second take stuff. This is first take stuff. Rodolfo Vieira, 7-1. He's a minus 230 favorite. He is fighting Dustin Stolfus, who's 13-2, a plus 180. How does anybody in the right mind bet or pick or whatever Rodolfo Vieira after getting choked out by Anthony Hernandez? Hernandez is a guy who was fighting for his job, has good submissions, don't get me wrong, but Rodolfo Vieira is a jiu-jitsu phenom. This guy had Hernandez down, mounted, back, you fucking name it, had his knee up his ass. This guy had everything on Anthony Hernandez, couldn't finish him, blew his load, never seen someone gas so much, so quick, and then get tapped out. Like, you should literally, like, I don't know if Hernandez is a black belt or not. If he is a black belt, he's definitely not a competition black belt, which is definitely different. If you ask anybody in the jiu-jitsu world, Rodolfo Vieira is a fucking legend, but you got to take his black belt or you got to take a stripe. When he gets back to the gym, whenever you upgrade your belts, I don't know if people know this, but when you level up, if you go from blue belt to brown belt to whatever, you get whipped. You got to walk through and every student, everyone in your class whips you with their belt. That's like a tradition. Or maybe, is it just for black belts? I thought it was for all belts. Anyway, I think it's when you get your black belt, excuse me. He should get whipped every day, every practice for getting submitted that way. You embarrassed the fucking sport, bro. You embarrassed competition jiu-jitsu. And everyone respects Rodolfo Vieira. Everyone, and I don't want to say I'm not respecting him, but I kind of, am I spelling his name right? Okay, yeah, I am. Sorry, there's a lot of fucking I's in there. All right, and he's fighting Dustin Stolfus, who made his UFC debut against Kyle Dawkins, lost the decision, looked pretty good, has a lot of submissions on his record, what was he on, a 5-fight win streak before, maybe 6-fight, because that was a kickboxing match. Yeah, this guy was on a crazy fight win streak before he lost to Kyle Dawkins, was on the Contender Series, won, slammed the guy, broke his arm, it is what it is, 13-2. You're giving me plus numbers against a guy who just got embarrassed. Rodolfo Vieira has never fought this quickly, I don't think. That's a completely made up stat. Don't fact check me. But he wants to get back in there because he's embarrassed, right? And he fucking should be. Anthony Hernandez, a guy named Fluffy, who I didn't think had a UFC win at that point, choked you out. You should be embarrassed because you embarrassed the town, bro. But I'm taking Dustin Stolfus here. Are you kidding me? Plus 180. I love this. Vieira's going to come out. He's going to come aggressive. He's going to throw some wild shots. His striking is complete dog shit. Try to get the fight to the ground. Stolfus has some wins kind of every which way. Is a better mixed martial artist than people give him credit for. He has that one UFC loss against Dawkins, and I think that's why this lion's priced that way. Keep pricing him that way. Vieira could take him down and submit him within seconds. Yo, fuck. Ooh, I don't care. I'm going Stolfus at plus 180. That's a fight I am betting, and I am excited about it. Rodolfo Vieira can kick rocks. All right. Next up, Moises GAMROT, 18-1, minus 210. He is fighting Jeremy Stephens, 28-18, plus 175. Good fight. I like this fight. Jeremy Stephens, I had one DM on Instagram, which I need to get my Instagram up, but an Instagram guy, I don't think he followed me, was very upset with my Jeremy Stephens Drakkar Close take. My take was, I don't think Jeremy Stephens did anything wrong. He pushed Drakkar Close hurt himself. All the fucking media was like, oh, he shouldn't have done that. He could, whatever he felt. They're going to fight the next day. Jeremy Stephens shoved him at a weigh-in, hurt his neck, and they're upset, but they were going to fight the next day. What would have happened if they fought? Jeremy Stephens going to do a hell of a lot more than push him. So I just thought that was the biggest, softest bullshit in the world. Like, what sport do you think we're following, guys? You guys all lap it up when Conor McGregor throws a fucking kick. I do too. But when Jeremy Stephens shoves in a guy in an intense stare down, he hurts his neck. Oh, Jeremy Stephens, he should pay his medical. Shut the fuck up. It's a fight. Speaking of a fight, he's got a fight in his hands. Mateusz Gamrot lost his UFC debut, came out and knocked out Scott Holtzman. This guy was a beast in KSW, I believe. Everyone in the European scene, everyone who followed the European scene was very high in this guy. Had a weird decision, lost his debut. Kind of slowed down a little bit, but this guy's got cardio for days. Jeremy Stephens, plus 175. I understand why people are kind of looking at that and going, you know what? It's been in there. He's fought everyone. Back at 155 after 145 for a few years. He's got the power. He could catch Gamrot. All those things are 100% true. But if you want to beat Jeremy Stephens, what do? You just fucking take him down, right? You're scared of the hands. You take him down. I think Gamrot is a good grappler. I think has good hands. Hopefully he doesn't get a little too hand happy after getting the knockout last time. But yeah, I mean, this is Gamrot all the way. Not only is it Gamrot, boys, but it's my best.
He's the best. Love it.
Mortal lock. Mateusz Gamrot. I just think he has more tools to win. I think he's a better fighter. Currently a better fighter. And I just think, what am I clicking on here? There you go. I got to get rid of that. Sorry. I think he's a better fighter. I think he has more tools to win. Better fighter currently right now. Jeremy Stephens has been off for a little bit. Popping up back to 55. It's not like he was the smallest 55er, but he's not the biggest. Gamrot's in incredible shape. Getting his legs in the UFC now. 3 rounds should be no problem cardio-wise for this guy. Obviously, the biggest issue is you got to be careful with Jeremy's power. And I think Gamrot isn't egotistical enough to know that. I mean, the guy's 18-1. He's fought some really good guys. He's held belts outside the UFC at good organizations. I think this is a steal at 210. If I'm being honest with you, I think this should be a little bit higher. Maybe it's just because I am high in Gamrot, but I like that fight a lot. Co-main event: Marion Renault 9-7-1 plus 115 versus Miesha Tate. Cupcake Tate. Is that her name? Cupcake Tate. 18-7 minus 135. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad Miesha Tate's back because I like looking at her. She is an OG. I don't think she's the hottest female fighter that's ever been. But the OGs, the women who basically started it, I think it's Gina Carano number 1 and then Miesha Tate number 2. Without a question. I'm glad that she's back. She's a mother of 2. She retired. She needed a break. She was kind of burning the midnight oil. I think she was kind of in a fucked up relationship. Brian Caraway, that bum. She's now married to, is it Johnny Rodriguez, Johnny Munoz? She's married to somebody, has 2 kids with him. And she's back and she wants to fight, right? She did the ONE FC stuff for a while. She was over there. She was like a CEO or some shit like that. Now she wants to fight. I like it. She looks in incredible shape. Problem is she's been 4 years off. Ring rust is real. I think this is the perfect matchup for her. Marion Renault has been fighting, but she is a little bit older, long in the tooth. I think she said this might be her last fight. Miesha Tate's big advantage in almost any fight she's ever been in was the grappling. She's going to take Renault down. I think that's going to be what everyone expects. Miesha Tate's stand-up has looked really slow at times. I got to imagine she's going to come out. The timing's going to be off a little bit. Renault's going to maybe jump on her quickly. I would go crazy if I was live betting this and would go Renault first round finish because that's probably a crazy number because I can see her jump on Miesha before Miesha's ready. And it's all timing and you got to get it going. But once it gets going, I think Miesha's going to slowly take her into her game, take her down, drown her in that water. And yeah, I mean, I'm picking Cupcake Tate. I mean, minus 135. I like the number. See a lot of people very upset that Miesha is the favorite in this fight after 4 years off, after her last couple performances. But listen, pay respect to Miesha Tate. Former champion, OG of the fight game. I'm glad she's back. She's a mom. That mom power is fucking real. She's fighting for something now. It wasn't like she was fighting nothing before. She was fighting for legacy, but now she's fighting for like something real. She wants to see her mom be a winner. I love that shit. So I'm all over Miesha Tate here. All right, main event. Islam Makhachev, 19-1, minus 675. This line has gone up. Someone told me today it was 850 at FanDuel. Again, I got these at DraftKings yesterday. Thiago Moises, 15-4, plus 475. Thiago Moises is my plus 850 darling. I hit that on the Bobby Green. I love you, Thiago. I think I've been thinking you were better than you are, than people have given you credit for. I've said that on numerous occasions. But you're fighting a guy who, I mean, he's in his, not prime yet, 'cause he's still young enough, but he's in that just the mature age where he's really starting to develop stuff, right? The Drew Dober fight. He laid on Drew Dober, threw like 20 strikes. Didn't fuck up Drew Dober, but frustrated him and then took him out in the third round, right? This guy's a little different than Khabib, right? He's getting his number because everyone's like, he's getting his number because of Khabib, right? Which is probably true, but he's also getting his number because he's a fucking legit dude, right? He's one loss. Andrew Martinez knocked him out. That can happen to anybody. He's looked pretty flawless since then. No one wants to fight this guy. And he's getting Thiago Moises, 26-year-old fucking dude on a nice fight win streak going, fuck, I'll fight him. What the fuck do I got to lose? I'm ranked 15th. He's ranked 6th. Yeah, I'll fight him. But I think it's a bad idea because I think Islam is that dude right now. I think he's that good. I think he's the fucking boogeyman in this division. I really do. I think people are going to be scared of him. Khabib retired. Khabib's training this guy now. And I think Islam's a little different Khabib because Khabib want to fuck you up, pound you on the ground, and Islam's looking for submissions. Thiago Moises is a black belt. I think he was a competition black belt as well. I don't know at what level. Obviously, he has good submissions. He caught Michael Johnson that heel hook. In his stand-up's coming a long way. He's training out of a great camp at American Top Team. I know for a fact that American Top Team, they were disappointed with the performance against Dustin and Khabib because they thought they figured out. That's their best fighter. They thought they figured out how to beat that style. Well, guess what? You got another style just like that. Can you figure out how to beat it? They seem motivated for this fight. I feel like they know something. Like we got something up our sleeve. The problem I have with that is a lot of jiu-jitsu fighters that are just pure jiu-jitsu have this problem of never wanting to evolve to anything else. They'll learn striking. They'll learn a few takedowns, but they think jiu-jitsu is the end-all, be-all. That's it. All I need is my jiu-jitsu. I don't need anything else, right? So I can't speak for Thiago. He's a young man. He's at AK. I'm hoping he's learning more than this. But when you get a black belt and you think, oh, if I fight a wrestler, I'm a black belt, I'm fine. Usually not the case. Wrestling is the number one base for MMA, in my opinion. Islam Makhachev is a Sambo guy with some Russian wrestling mixed in. It's like catch wrestling a little bit, but Russian style. And I believe him or Khabib wear a shirt that says if Sambo is easy, be called jiu-jitsu. So there's like a rivalry here, right? With jiu-jitsu. And I've addressed it on the podcast. I've always said I thought Sambo was superior than jiu-jitsu. Historically, I don't think that shows up, but I think it will eventually. And Islam is more of a Sambo submission than a Sambo striker. He's big for the weight class. Never been 5 rounds. A lot of people are high on that. But listen, I'm going Islam here. I'm not going to bury the lead. The only guy I feel comfortable max betting, and I don't think you can. I think the line's unbettable. Everyone thinks Islam's overrated. He's a Khabib guy, this and that. I disagree with that. I think he's very, very good. I do think the line's a little inflated, right? I think Thiago Moises is a live guy at plus 475. I thought this line would be Islam at like minus 400 in Thiago in the plus 200s, plus 300s range. That's kind of how I place this line. Some books got him at 850, which I think is absolutely crazy. 5 round fights get a tell-all. 5-round fight is a big fucking deal. We'll see what the first 5-round fight for either of these guys, but kind of interesting to see. I want Islam to be a little more active. I want him to use his hands a little more. Thiago's obviously want to keep this on the feet. He wants to stand up. I think he has a better stand-up. I think Islam has the better ground game. And we'll see, Bubba. We'll see what's going to happen here. Single shot of me now. But the Islam fight, the one thing that I thought about today, because I've been thinking about this card all week, getting the brain ready. I think Islam subs him late. I think Islam is going to wear him down, frustrate Thiago, get a head and arm, get a rear naked choke. So I'm going to play Islam only by submission, finish by submission, and then I might do maybe a round submission because that's probably a crazy prop, huh? I'm fucking crazy, huh? But yeah, other than that, that's it. We're trying to keep it short and sweet here. This isn't the biggest card in the world. It's 11 fights. I'm getting it out late this week. I've had some issues. I had a lot of stuff. Hopefully we'll talk about it next week. I'm doing a lot of stuff with my hands. If you can see me, I talk with my hands a lot, but not this much. That's it. That's the show. MMA Takes Podcast on Twitter. MMA Takes Podcast on Instagram. MMA Takes Podcast on YouTube. Go follow, go subscribe on all those. And listen. Go to iTunes and say, rate and review, 5 stars. Guy looks great with blonde hair. Do something. Just rate and review. Want to get those up. Want those numbers up, baby. Okay? That's it. That's the show. I'm terrible at editing. I just gave a thumbs up to the camera. Fuck.